technology and innovation are fully integrated into the nation's socio-economic development process. The coming on board of the Council, he says, will now fast-track this process.
I wish to assure this Council of my determination and commitment to ensure that as a nation, we will invest appropriately in science, technology, and innovation in order to guarantee our competitiveness both continentally and globally. Create jobs and fight crime can best be achieved if we embrace science and technology.
The President says his view is that research and innovation output should be measured by the number of intellectual property patent granted and not only by the number of articles published in scholarly journals. President Buhari believes this action by government will see Nigeria becoming a center of discoveries, invention and innovations in all facets of science and technology. And he is optimistic that before long, the country will be in a position to produce Nobel laureates in the sciences.
It's also expected to reposition science, technology, and innovation as a national priority to guarantee sustainability, high standard of living, and quality of life for Nigerians, as well as fast-track industrial and economic development.
The President also informed of a technical advisory committee to be established to ensure full implementation of resolutions of the National Research and Innovation Council at its quarterly meetings. The Technical Advisory Committee, that will comprise technocrats from relevant ministries, departments, and organized private sector, will be headed by the Minister of Science and Technology, Ogbonaya Onu.
To secure the nation, grow our economy, create jobs, and fight crime, science and technology has a very important role to play.
The National Research and Innovation Council was first inaugurated on the 18th of February 2014. Ironically, this is the first meeting of the council. The President, Muhammadu Buhari, charged members to bring in their wealth of experience in order to make the vision of the country on science, technology, and innovation become a reality. In the State House, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Well, thank you, Jide. The federal government says it will come up with policies that will harmonize the broadcast industry to allow them operate optimally without prejudice to private operators. Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed said this at a meeting with members of Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria in Abuja. Anthony Forsen reports.
The idea behind the upcoming policy, Lai Mohammed said, is to create an atmosphere where both government and private-owned media organizations will feel a sense of belonging in promoting government policies and programs in a manner that it will help shape public perception positively.
It's also aimed at alerting Nigerians to the need to be more security conscious, to be able to identify improvised explosive devices, which has become the weapon of choice being deployed by the cowardly terrorists, and also to fish out suicide bombers before they strike.
He said that so far, a total of 76 suspected cases have been reported, 14 confirmed positive cases, and 35 deaths reported in 7 states. The minister said in response to the outbreak, federal government has directed the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to coordinate the response and provide support to the affected states to fight and prevent further spread of the disease. The NCDC is also directed to establish case management centers in tertiary institutions in the states. Government has also trained and sensitized clinicians, laboratory scientists, and other health workers on viral hemorrhagic fevers and emergency medicine, as well as provide specific drugs and injection for treatment to affected states. Professor Isaac Adewale appealed to members of the public to be calm and watch out for symptoms such as weakness, headaches, slight fever, sore throat, back pain, vomiting, rashes, cough, tremors and restlessness, and report such immediately to the nearest health facility. The minister also advised the public to help prevent further spread of the disease by taking the following precautions.
Away from the executive arm now, the Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, has applauded the manner the federal government is fighting the war against insurgency in the northeast. He prayed that the war will be won very soon so that the victims can return home. The Speaker said this when he and some lawmakers visited internally displaced persons camp at Wassa in Abuja. National Assembly correspondent Grace Oyenubi reports.
For them to return back to their various communities.
The Speaker condoled with those who lost their loved ones and property. The leader of the Wassa camp, Haman Bukar, thanked the Speaker and other lawmakers for the visit, while calling on the government to provide health care because some of their wives died in the process of giving birth because of lack of health care. He also called for the provision of potable water and education for their children while at the camp. From Wassa, one of the IDP camps, Grace Oyenubi, NTA News.
In a similar development, Chairman Senate Committee on FCT, Dino Melaye, has urged Nigerians to be their brother's keepers and shun actions that can divide the country. He was speaking while donating relief materials to internally displaced persons at New Kuchigoro camp in Abuja. Joseph Orok reports.
A poor but steady life. One day the fisherman went fishing.
Can we clap for him? I want to believe that after this, we all start reading properly.
Senator Dino Melaye giving some lessons to the children at the IDP camp to inculcate good reading habits for their brighter future. He donated cartons of Indomie, bags of rice, as well as books to the children.
My singular prayer is that the Almighty God, who is the supreme controller of the universe, restore peace in the northeastern part of this country so that all of you can return home happily very soon by the grace of God.
The internally displaced persons expressed appreciation for the gesture.
Our prayer is, may God continue to bless you more and more.
Over 1,000 internally displaced persons who are presently in the camp are hopeful that the governments will expedite action to enable them return home. In Abuja, Joseph Orok, NTA News.
From the judiciary comes this report that the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted former acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Haliru Bello Muhammad, and his son Abba Muhammad bail in the sum of 300 million naira each, with two charities in like sum. Aliyu Tukur has the report.
Delivering ruling on the bail application, the presiding judge, Justice Ahmad Muhammad, ordered that for the first accused person, out of the two sureties, one must be a civil servant in the Federal Civil Service, not below the rank of level 12, and the other surety must have a landed property within the FCT worth 300 million naira, and also the accused must deposit
not at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
NTA News Panorama continues. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Bayelsa State, has started the distribution of sensitive election materials to the local government areas. The first to receive the materials was a Keremo local government area, while movement to other 6 local government areas will continue tomorrow and early hours on the 9th of January 2016. Julia Sonny has details.
The resident electoral commissioner INEC Bayelsa State, Mr. Barito Pagi, received the election materials at INEC premises in Yanagua. Speaking to NTA News, the head of department electoral operations INEC, Mr. Victor Agbawanete, said the commission had earlier dispatched non-sensitive materials to the 7 local government areas where the supplementary governorship election is expected to hold. They include Southern Ijaw local government area, Yanagua, Brass, and Ekeremo. Others are Nembe, Ogbe, and Sagbama local government area of Bayelsa State. He said INEC will commence the distribution of sensitive materials to the local government areas by tomorrow.
We have long received the non-sensitive materials, and some of the non-sensitive materials have already gone to the relevant places, the constituencies. So, but because of the situation in Nigeria, we always want to have the sensitive materials done in the open, in the presence of everybody. On Thursday and Friday, our materials will start to move to the local government areas and the registration area centers.
Some party representatives comment.
We have seen the cartons that were brought down. They are arranged in various local governments. And our hope is that these are the materials that will be used to conduct the supplementary election.
They've delivered them now. You look at them now. You two witnessed it now. They are here. Look at them here. And we have all inspected the material, and we're also happy that all the party agents are also here to also inspect the material.
With this, it's obvious that they are ready to conduct the election.
Security has been tightened within and around INEC in preparation for the election. In Yanagua, Julia Sonny, NTA News.
National President, Buhari Friends Organization Network, Elder Baba Balangawa, has appealed to Nigerians to continue to support the development programs and anti-corruption agenda of President Muhammadu Buhari. Elder Ngawa made the appeal at an end-of-year get-together of South, and South-East members of the group Onuyo. Eddie Yongiba has the report.
Elder Bala Ingawa appreciated members of the group for supporting President Buhari and urged them to shun ethnicity and other vices inimical to the growth and development of the entire country.
Celebrate this prayer and to appeal for them to be patient, to continue the prayer and to keep their mouths sleep and to give maximum cooperation to Buhari and Nigeria as a whole.
National coordinator of the group, Athanasius Okon, applauded President Buhari's anti-corruption stance, which he says will largely impact on the economy of the country. Athanasius Okon, however, appealed to Nigerians to be patient with President Buhari's administration and give peace a chance, as the president has good intentions for the country.
His stance against corruption is one of the greatest factors that facilitated his emergence as the president of Nigeria. Our duty is to compliment his effort, adding value into his project.
The end-of-year meeting afforded members of Buhari Friends Organization Network opportunity to interact and ask questions on issues of national interest. In Uyo, Edidi Ongiba, NTA News.
The U.S. Ambassador to Nigeria, James Entwistle, says he's poised to cooperate with the Ministry of Solid Minerals Development towards assisting Nigeria to improve on industrial minerals. Obiagelinguoke reports that this is part of the ministry's effort to mitigate the effect of dwindling oil prices on the economy.
Saddled with the responsibility to drive the president's desire to diversify the economy, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Kayode Fayemi, is working in close relationship with the U.S. Geological Survey to reform the sector extensively. Critical areas bordering on improving industrial minerals, insufficient geological data, technical assistance, and illegal exploitation of the country's solid minerals were some of the issues.
All these granites and marbles and iron ore and you name it. But we still import a great deal of stuff that we have because there's been no processing in that industry. And that's something that we would like to focus our energy on. How do we improve on the industrial minerals that we have beyond just sending them away raw?
To begin to see what kind of technical cooperation might be possible, particularly perhaps in the area of mapping minerals, figuring out exactly what Nigeria has under the ground, where, and in what quantities.
The U.S. Ambassador James Entwistle expressed the willingness of the U.S. government to support Nigeria's mineral sector, especially in the areas of technical operations. In Abuja, Obiagelinguoke, NTA.
Ambassador James Entwistle has challenged Nigerians and the rest of the world to make positive contribution towards mitigating the effect of climate change. He gave the charge in Akankpa, Cross River State, during a visit to the Cross River National Park. Adia Thomas completes the report.
The U.S. ambassador who visited the park to see wildlife activity he has been reading about for a long time said it is the responsibility for all to ensure preservation of natural habitat and the magnificent wildlife. He commended the Cross River National Park for its contribution towards reducing emission and other environmental degradations and pledged to assist the park with equipment as well as training of rangers.
But I think all of us, future generations, will look back at us and ask us, what did we do to preserve the magnificent wildlife, the magnificent foliage and forests that we have inherited in this marvelous planet that we have the privilege to inhabit? What did we do? Did we do enough?
The Assistant Conservator General in charge of the Cross River National Park, Yakubu Mohammed Kolo, while receiving the U.S. Ambassador, said the United Nations has certified Cross River National Park as one of the quantified biodiversity hotspots in the world. He said the park with 4,000 square kilometers is playing critical role in regulating the effect of climate change and solicited the assistance of the United States in training rangers and equipment.
For him to come within this period and take him around the park to have seen the nature and the forestic nature of the park, I believe it is a plus for Cross River National Park, and that means we need to put our hands on deck.
Cross River National Park is one of the 7 national parks in the country with 380 species of birds. From Akankpa in Cross River State, Adia Thomas, NTA News.
And a bit of sports now. The minister decries the decay of facilities in Lagos as Nigeria remains unmoved in FIFA rankings. This and more on Sports Update with Ayodeji Makinde.
Minister of Sports and Youth Development Solomon Dalun has rounded off his 2-day official inspection of sports facilities in Lagos, pledging to study the contractual agreements as regards the remodeling of the Games Village in Lagos. Dalun would decried the state of decadence of facilities assured on renovating some of the structures before the second quarter of 2016. Super Eagles remain unmoved in the first FIFA ranking of 2016, pulling 540 points to occupy 14th position in Africa and 66th in the world. Nigeria is currently fine-tuning preparations for the 2016 Rwanda African Nations Championship, having recorded a 1-1 draw with Angola in a tune-up game Wednesday. Meanwhile, Belgium, Argentina, Spain and Chile maintained top spots in world ranking. National Under-17 female football team coach Bala Nikyu is optimistic that Nigeria will get a convincing victory over Namibia in the 2016 Jordan FIFA World Cup qualifier, Saturday at 4 p.m.
As human beings, they cannot be 100%, so I am appreciating their response to the training.
Team Okehi has won the 7th edition of the Justice Nasir Ajana Annual Basketball Championship, defeating defending champions Team Olamaboro 34-22 points in the final. Clement Oloruntoba reports that the competition attracted teams from all 21 local government areas of Kogi State.
This will enable them to focus more on not only their studies, but on the competitiveness of life.
Meanwhile, the Nigeria Basketball Federation says talent discovered will be invited for national team trials. With sports updates, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
Well, that's it on NTA News Panorama. Don't forget to join other news belts in the course of today's programming. I'm Ogechi Paul. Good afternoon.